Welcome back to today. We're taking you on a journey to explore a unique and delicious Indonesian snack called Gethuk. Made from cassava and often enjoyed as a sweet treat, Gethuk is a staple in Javanese cuisine. But did you know that this humble dish has some fascinating history and surprising facts behind it? Stick around as we make Gethuk from scratch and learn about the hidden stories behind this Indonesian delicacy. Gethuk is a traditional Javanese snack made from boiled cassava, which is mashed and mixed with sugar, then shaped into beautiful, bite-sized pieces. It's typically served with grated coconut on top for extra flavor. While it might look simple, Gethuk is packed with history and cultural significance. Gethuk comes from the heart of Java, where cassava has been a staple food for centuries. It became popular during the colonial period when rice was scarce, and the locals turned to cassava as an alternative source of carbohydrates. Over time, they transformed this humble root vegetable into a sweet delicacy that we now know as Gethuk. During Indonesia's colonial period, particularly under Dutch rule, there were times when rice was hard to come by due to shortages and high taxes. In response, the local people of Java started using cassava, a root vegetable that grows abundantly in the region. They boiled, mashed, and sweetened it, creating Gethuk as a creative way to turn a basic ingredient into something delicious. There are actually several types of Gethuk, depending on the region in Java. For example, in Central Java, Gethuk Lindri is the most popular, known for its colorful, striped appearance and use of food coloring. In East Java, you'll find Gethuk Goreng, a fried version that's crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. It's amazing to see how one simple dish can take on so many forms across the island. Traditionally, Gethuk was made using a lesung, or a large wooden mortar, where the cassava was pounded by hand using a wooden pestle. This method of preparation not only makes the texture smoother but also connects it to Javanese village life, where making Gethuk was often a communal activity. These days, though, most people use modern tools like blenders or mashers for convenience. Now let's get started on making our own Gethuk. First, we boil the cassava until it's soft, then we'll mash it with sugar and a bit of butter for extra richness. After that, we'll shape it into pieces and top it off with freshly grated coconut. Host begins to mash the cooked cassava and demonstrates the shaping process. In many Javanese households, Gethuk isn't just about flavor, it's also about presentation. The vibrant colors you see in Gethuk Lindri are made with natural dyes from ingredients like pandan leaves for green and resel flowers for red. The colors make it more visually appealing, especially when served during traditional ceremonies or celebrations. Gethuk is still widely sold in traditional markets across Java, especially in cities like Yogyakarta and Surakarta. Vendors often sell it freshly made, right from their carts, where you can watch them mash the cassava on the spot. Gethuk is more than just a snack, it's a symbol of humility and resourcefulness. In Javanese culture, it represents how something as simple as cassava, once a food of necessity, can be turned into a delicacy enjoyed by all social classes. It reflects the Javanese philosophy of living modestly while finding joy in simple pleasures. Our gethuk is ready to enjoy. The soft, sweet cassava combined with the slightly salty grated coconut makes for a delicious and satisfying bite. Whether you're enjoying it as a snack or part of a larger meal, gethuk is the perfect example of how simple ingredients can come together to create something truly special. Host takes a bite of the gethuk and shows a satisfied expression. Recently, gethuk has undergone some modern transformations. You'll find versions filled with chocolate, cheese, or even covered in chocolate sauce, reflecting the growing trend of fusion cuisine in Indonesia. While traditional gethuk remains popular, these new variations offer a fun twist on a classic treat. Gethuk is a fantastic example of Indonesia's culinary creativity. What started as a simple, humble food has evolved into a beloved snack with rich history and deep cultural significance. It's a reminder that some of the best dishes come from the most basic ingredients. If you haven't tried gethuk before, I highly recommend you give it a shot, whether you're in Indonesia or trying it at home. Gethuk is often featured in Javanese spiritual ceremonies and offerings, particularly in rural areas. It's considered an offering for the spirits and ancestors, symbolizing respect and gratitude. This deep connection to local spirituality highlights gethuk's cultural significance beyond its role as food. Historically, gethuk was wrapped in natural materials like banana leaves when served or sold in traditional markets. This practice not only kept the snack fresh but also made it an environmentally friendly option long before modern concerns about plastic waste. In some regions, gethuk is still packaged this way to preserve tradition and reduce waste. During Indonesia's fight for independence in the 1940s, gethuk became a symbol of resistance against colonial oppression. As rice became harder to access due to colonial control, cassava-based dishes like gethuk grew in popularity. It became a reminder of self-reliance and resilience among the Indonesian people. Although gethuk is a sweet treat, it's surprisingly nutritious. Cassava is rich in carbohydrates, providing a great source of energy. Additionally, because it's often topped with fresh coconut, it adds some healthy fats and fiber to the dish. Traditional gethuk, with minimal processing, is a wholesome, energy-boosting snack. Gethuk is so deeply rooted in Javanese culture that it's even featured in local proverbs. One well-known saying is, "Wong silik mangan gethuk," which means, "A simple person eats gethuk." This phrase emphasizes the idea of living humbly but happily, reflecting the simplicity and joy found in Javanese life. Gethuk has started to make its way into modern Indonesian restaurants and cafes. Upscale eateries now feature Gethuk as part of their dessert menus, sometimes reimagining it with luxurious ingredients like chocolate or matcha. This blend of traditional and contemporary cuisine has helped introduce Gethuk to younger generations and tourists alike. Thank you so much for joining me today as we explore the sweet and surprising world of Gethuk. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other traditional dishes you'd like me to feature next. Until then, happy cooking and selamat menikmati.